Namaste, beloveds. Happy Basant Panchami to all of you. Happy day of Mother Saraswati. Mother Saraswati is right here where my finger is. That's her sitting there, and there's an angel above her, right? Yeah. Mother Saraswati is in charge of knowledge, wisdom, creativity. So, everything connected with these is who she embodies, and this is something, all her qualities we need on a daily basis in our lives. So we can't function without her because everything that we do comes from prior knowledge. We are gaining wisdom as we study. So she is the one who I don't think is just restricted to people who are in the creative field, so to speak. I believe that she is a part of each and everyone's life, and especially now as we're going through the ascension and we're learning so much more, right? So we need her assistance, and she is one aspect of the Divine Mother of learning, wisdom, creativity, knowledge. But we will bow to all the mothers throughout history, throughout all cultures, who have and are bowed down to, prayed to, and called upon for assistance, where learning, wisdom, enlightenment is concerned. And we are also bowing down to and paying obeisance today to, like if you've read my post already, you would know we're bowing down to Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia, who is a very big Sufi saint. His dargah, place of worship, is in Nizamuddin, Delhi, India. And with him, we also bow down to his disciple, Hazrat Amir Khusro, because without him, this day, this Basant Panchami in the Sufi tradition would not have been celebrated. And I am going to repeat the story. So Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia was very upset, and he was undergoing depression because a nephew who was very dear to him had passed over. And his student, Hazrat Amir Khusro, seeing the state of his Murshid is the teacher, was very upset. He didn't know what to do. He would try many things every day. He tried for days on end, and it had no effect. And one morning when he was out in the fields, he sees a group of ladies coming towards him. They're all singing and happy, carrying big baskets of flowers on their heads, and they're all wearing these bright, this is the color of Basant Panchami, okay, bright yellow. And they were so happy, and seeing them, because he was also constantly upset. He was in depression because of his master, and seeing them and their mood, it lifted him up, and he said, I must know why they are so happy and joyous. So he goes up to one of them and says, why are you all so happy, and what is this all about? So that lady says that we are celebrating the coming of spring. We are celebrating the flowering of, there's a particular week, the mustard seed has mustard flowers which are yellow, mustardy yellow, and we are celebrating the the harvesting that is going to be coming. And so this is what we are doing. We are going to our goddess to thank her for spring, which is going to arrive and which is going to bring with it so many blessings for us. So when he sees them and he speaks to this lady, he gets an idea. So what he does is he goes back, he wraps himself up in this beautifully basanti colored sari, covers his head and carries flowers, and he goes and he goes before his master, who is sitting dejected and depressed, and he goes to him and he starts dancing. And the master is a bit flummoxed at first because he doesn't know who this is, why is this person dancing, why are they coming towards me, what's going on, And then he's like, who are you, and what are you doing? And then Hazrat Amir Khusro lifts the veil over his face, we call it a ghungat, and he lifts his ghungat. And Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia sees that, oh, it's Amir, and he bursts out laughing. And then Amir manages to catch him in that mood, and he picks him by the hands and he makes him get up, and he starts dancing, they start singing, and the other disciples come in, and the beautiful marigold flowers that Hazrat Amir Khusro has brought with him are sprinkled upon everybody, and very, very beautiful, meaningful poetry has come out of this day as well, so it's a very, very beautiful, powerful day. And if you ever go to Nizamuddin, you will know that you cannot worship Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia until you have paid obeisance to Hazrat Amir Khusro. He believes that his disciple should be acknowledged before himself, because the kind of seva, the kind of worship, the kind of looking after that he did for his Guru made the Guru feel that he was far above him. And Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia himself is known as Mehboob-e-Ilahi, which is a huge thing, which is not somebody who worships the divine. He is called the beloved of Allah. Not the one who worships Allah. Or there are some who are called Ashik-e-Rasool because they love God so much. This is a very, very big title that has been conferred upon him. And I think that we should all aim and aspire. This was my prayer today. Please God, make me that for you. Let me be the one who people refer to as Mehboob-e-Ilahi. It is so beautiful. You love me so much. And the truth is that we are all Mehboob-e-Ilahi. We are so, so loved by our divine parents. We are so loved by our family of light. All our guardian angels, our masters, they are only flowing love to us, constantly, beloveds. We are so blessed, immensely, immensely blessed. And so, these three beautiful beings have said they wish to confer their blessings upon us. So close your eyes if you will. And see before you now the stunning, beautiful Mother Saraswati. She sits on a pristine white swan of purity. Sitting on the swan in the ocean. And Mother has a veena in her hand, which is a musical instrument. She has a book because she gives knowledge, wisdom. She has a rosary because she provides enlightenment. And we now ask the Divine Mother to bless us, Mother, as we mentally touch your sacred, holy lotus feet. We ask you, Mother, please bless us today. Feel Mother lifting her hand in blessing mode and see the pure white blinding light that is coming towards you, encompassing all of your fields, your chakras, purifying you. Clearing out all blocks to being the student forever. Clear out all blocks, Mother, everywhere that we think and feel that we know it all. These are ego blocks, Mother. Please clear them. Allow us to always be open, receptive, and in allowance of all the learning that we need with wisdom, with understanding of how to use it in our lives and for the service of others. The field of learning is a vast, vast ocean in every aspect of life, no matter what it is that we may be doing. And we ask you, Mother, bless each one of us so that we may be able to acquire more knowledge, more wisdom to take us further along our paths, and to be able to do this with discernment, with humbleness, with humility, always with the understanding that this comes from a higher power and not to get entangled in any way with our personalities and our egos. Feel the blinding white light of Mother, pure, pure white light within all of your beings. And now coming forward is the one called Hazrat Amir Khusro. And he now emits his light. The light of devotion, the light of humbleness, the light of humility, the light of knowing that there is always a power that is higher than us. And that surrendering to that power is the way to move ahead on our paths, on our spiritual journeys. Open and receive this light, beloveds, in your heart, in your solar plexus, in your sacrals, in your base, your throat, your third eyes. All of your fields. The light of loyalty. Be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to your beliefs, your truths. And now coming before us is Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya himself. Again, extremely blinding light. And he is blessing us also enhancing the devotion, the loyalty, the humbleness and humility. He is blessing us that we may be able to move forward on our paths with joy, with passion, wholeheartedly, with purpose. Holding our hands. One hand is held by Hazrat Amir Khusro, left hand. Right hand is held by Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya. And now they are holding our hands, Mother Saraswati in front of us. And feel, see, sense, imagine bright yellow, shimmering with light marigold petals now falling upon you, beloveds, as you are dancing in bliss, in ecstasy, in the love that is being emitted from these three beautiful, holy, holy beings. As each petal falls upon you, see it melting and turning into light, coming into your beings, anchoring and actualizing the sacred gifts that you have received today of devotion, wisdom, knowledge, discernment, understanding, humbleness, humility, passion, purpose, drive, motivation, joy, joy, joy. Feel the joy within your being of just being alive in this now moment. You would not have experienced this had you not been in a body, in form right now, beloveds. So, yes, please feel joy for the part that you are playing on this planet. Feel joy for your body. Feel joy for your life. See yourself becoming brighter and brighter now with this beautiful golden light coming through all the petals into your being. You are shimmering, you are shining. You are a Christed being of golden light. And now it is time to give our gratitude, our thanks, our obeisance to these three Christed beings of light that have graced us with their presence and their blessings today. You may touch their feet if you wish to, energetically, beloveds. And know that even as you go about your day today, the energy of these three beings is going to be within your fields, within your chakras, and within your beings. Gratitude, 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 and they now together send us a collected blast of light, creating a ball of this light around us that is going to stay activated and actualized for the next 24 hours. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And with the power of the three, the Holy Trinity, and the power of the nine, it is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Beloved, I am that I am. Gratitude to all of you, beloveds, for being a part of this. God bless you. May you have an enchanting, fulfilling, miraculous day.